All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? You're eating well, you're trying to manage your time, but you're still just constantly stressed out and exhausted? Well, the answer might not be in your to-do list. It could be hiding in a really common but often missed nutrient deficiency. So, does this sound familiar? That feeling of being wired but tired? Your thoughts are just racing at night when you're trying to sleep, and you just can't seem to get that deep, truly restorative rest. These feelings are incredibly common, but that doesn't mean they're normal. They're often little signals that your body is missing a key ingredient for calm. And that key ingredient? It's magnesium. I love this quote from Dr. Saruchi Chandra, who calls it the original chill pill. And it's for a really good reason. Think of magnesium as the brake pedal for your nervous system. It's this natural calming agent that literally helps your brain and your body switch out of that fight or flight mode and into a state of, well, relaxation. So let's get into why this mineral is such a big deal. Magnesium is a total nutritional workhorse. I mean, it's involved in over 300 different reactions in your body, everything from making energy to keeping your heartbeat steady. But honestly, its biggest impact might just be on your state of mind. And what's so wild here is just how varied all these symptoms are. You're seeing physical stuff like muscle cramps and migraines, right next to psychological things like anxiety and insomnia. Low magnesium can show up in so many different ways, which is exactly why it flies under the radar so often. If you're looking at this list and nodding along to even a few of these, you are definitely in the right place. So that brings us to the big question. Why is this happening to so many of us? It's really not just you. More than half the population isn't getting enough magnesium. And the reason is kind of a perfect storm of modern life that's created this self-perpetuating, vicious cycle of deficiency. The problem is coming at us from all angles. Our modern farming practices have stripped minerals like magnesium right out of the soil, so even the healthy foods we eat have less than they used to. Then, food processing takes out even more. And on top of all that, there's our lifestyle. Chronic stress, caffeine, alcohol, even super common medications for acid reflux or blood pressure, all of them make our bodies burn through and waste the magnesium we do get. And this is where that vicious cycle kicks in. Check this out. Step 1. You get stressed, right? Your body responds by burning through its magnesium stores and getting rid of it faster. Step 2. Now your magnesium levels are lower, which makes your entire nervous system more jumpy and reactive to stress. So step 3, the next time a stressful thing happens, you react even more strongly to it, which, you guessed it, causes you to lose even more magnesium. You can get stuck in this downward spiral, and it's tough to get out of. Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking, easy. I'll just ask my doctor for a magnesium test. But this is where the story takes a really fascinating and crucial turn, because the standard test that most doctors run, it can be completely and utterly misleading. So on the one hand, you've got this standard serum test. It just measures the tiny amount of magnesium that's floating around in the liquid part of your blood. It's really just a snapshot of this exact moment. But on the other hand, you have the red blood cell or RBC test. This one is different. It measures the magnesium that's actually inside your cells, which gives you a much more accurate long-term picture of what your body's real reserves look like. And here it is. This is the big aha moment. This chart explains everything. Less than 1% of your body's total magnesium is actually in your blood serum. Less than 1%. The other 99+% is stored where it's actually doing all the work, inside your cells and in your bones. Your body works incredibly hard to keep that tiny 1% in the blood stable, even if it means it has to pull magnesium from your cells to do it. So this is the key takeaway, and Dr. Brian Lamkin just sums it up perfectly here. A normal serum test doesn't mean you have enough magnesium. All it really means is that your kidneys are doing their job of keeping that tiny amount in the blood balanced. You could have a totally normal serum test result and still be severely deficient where it actually counts, inside your cells. And that is why the RBC magnesium test is considered the gold standard. It's really the only way to get a true picture of your functional reserves, the magnesium your body is actually using to help you feel calm, sleep well, and have energy. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, we've talked about the right way to test for it, and now for the good news. Restoring your levels is totally achievable. So let's walk through the steps you can actually take starting today. First things first, it always starts with food. The foundation for good health is built right on their plate, so the goal is to focus on whole foods that are just naturally packed with this amazing mineral.
This is a fantastic shopping list to start with. Pumpkin seeds are an absolute powerhouse. Almonds and cashews are perfect for snacking. Leafy greens like spinach, well, they're a classic for a reason. And yes, this is the best news. High-quality dark chocolate is also a great source.
However, and this is a really important reality check, because of that soil depletion we talked about earlier, and the fact that so many of us are under constant stress, just getting enough magnesium from our diet can be a real uphill battle. For a lot of people, supplementation is a necessary next step to really, truly fill up those reserves.
But when you walk down that supplement aisle, you'll see a ton of options, and not all magnesium is created equal. The form it comes in matters a lot. For things like sleep and anxiety, magnesium glycinate is fantastic. It's super easy for your body to absorb. If you're dealing with fatigue, malate is often a great choice. But look down at the bottom, magnesium oxide. It's the cheapest, it's everywhere, but your body only absorbs about 4% of it. It mostly just works as a laxative. So you want to avoid that one.
And one last really crucial point here. You have to be patient. This is not a quick fix. Think about it. You are refilling your body's deep cellular reserves, which have probably been running low for a long, long time. It usually takes a good 3 to 6 months of consistent use to really bring those levels back up to where they should be. So we'll end with this question to think about. After maybe years of struggling with stress or anxiety or just bad sleep, could a huge part of the solution really be as simple, as fundamental as restoring your levels of one single essential mineral? All the evidence suggests it's a very real possibility, and one that's absolutely worth looking into.